Welcome back to Pittsburgh Living. I'm Shelley Duffy. Right now we'd like to welcome Dr. Sarah Wells and Dr. Ann Stoneham of University Veterinary Specialists. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you.
Tell us what it is each of you does.
Well, we both work at an emergency specialty and critical care practice in McMurray, Pennsylvania. And so we're there day or night anytime you need us, anytime your pet needs us. I'm a critical care specialist, so I'm taking care of that pet that is so sick that the doctor really can't even walk away from them. They need to be with them all the time just to try to do the best we can to make sure they get better.
And I'm an emergency doctor, so I'm there 24/7, usually whenever you need us for anything that you're concerned about.
And we are so thankful that you are there, because how many of us who love our pets, and if you're not there, you know, that could be a very, very precarious situation. What kind of animals and species do you see there?
Mostly we see dogs and cats, but several of our doctors do see exotic species as well.
Now, when you say exotic, what kinds of exotics have you come in contact with?
I actually love to see exotics. I'm one of the doctors that does. I see anything from small mammals like ferrets or guinea pigs and rabbits up to birds and reptiles. I would probably say the most exotic that I've seen would be a peacock. I've seen a skunk and chameleons, sugar gliders.
What are sugar gliders? I don't know. I'm familiar with that.
Tiny little marsupials. They're interesting pets, that's for sure.
Oh my goodness! Wow. And how is it that I mean, what kind of training do you get for those kind? I mean, again, cats and dogs, that's pretty typical. But you know, when you're talking a peacock, how do you even know what to do?
Well, it depends on the doctor. Some of us have training with avian species specifically, which I have some in my background, which is great. Ideally, I'd like to do more schooling and become a specialist in it someday. So,
well, let's talk about the flow of what happens when you bring your pet in from beginning to end and how they're taken care of.
The first thing you're going to see when you come in is our receptionist. And our receptionist is going to basically tell the back immediately that we need someone to come up and see that pet. They're going to check your pet out to see, is your pet stable enough? Is it okay that it can sit with you? Or does it need to come right back and have us just take a quick look at him or her, so that we can determine whether or not they can sit with you, or if we need to keep them with us and start treatment right away. And then as soon as we can, we're going to get someone, if your pet can't get right up to see you, then as soon as we can, we're going to get one of our technicians to come up and talk to you. They're going to take a history, they're going to find out what your pet is there for, what has been happening over the past, what medications are they on, all sorts of things. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions. And then they come back and they talk to us, the doctors, and we're working on your pet at that point. Usually this is a pet that is, we're talking about a pet now that is really sick. And then as soon as one of us we've stabilized as much as we can, we're going to come up and talk to you too and tell you what we think is going on, what tests we need to do, what treatments we think need to happen. And then we talk to you about that sort of thing and go from there.
How would one know? I mean, again, the natural reaction would be to just take your pet to your typical vet, or you know, whatever the situation might be. Now, are the vets the ones recommending they go to you, or is it just a situation where, you know, it's the middle of the night or a weekend and your vet's not available?
It's both.
Okay,
both, definitely.
It's both. Yeah, absolutely. And so if your if your veterinarian has recommended they come in to us, we usually have records from your veterinarian as well, so we can be looking at those. Otherwise, in the middle of the night, if you think your pet isn't well, it doesn't matter what time it is, anything, we're there. And so if you're worried, we'll help you out.
Yeah, whenever you're worried, we say come in. Yeah. That's what we're for.
Now, what are the services that you would provide? Can x-ray, surgery, all of that kind of thing?
X-ray, ultrasound, lab work. We have blood work and urinalysis on site. We have X-ray on site. We have a CT scan machine on site. We have an MRI machine on site.
We pretty much have what you need
Yes,
at that point in emergency,
Yeah.
and that's what we're for. And if there's something that we don't have that you need, then we can send you to the proper place.
Well, we only have about 30 seconds left. Very quickly, let us know what foods and things people should be wary of at the holidays.
It's a good
Chocolate.
question.
Chocolate's a big one. Macadamia nuts, onions, garlic, grapes and raisins, craisins, all these things you should not be offering your dog. Anything else you can think of?
I always think of poinsettias during this season as well, especially for cats. And me being an exotics person, avocados for your birds are not good.
There you go. I was just about to say avocados for birds.
So watch
wow,
out.
Those are a lot of things. Well, it's wonderful that you are there with our pets when we need. Thank you both so much for joining us today. If you would like to know more about University Veterinary Specialists, just call 724-717-CARE. That's 2273, or visit uvscares.com. Up next, we're going to talk to Dr. Michael Vactor, who will share some exciting weight loss stories with us. That's all next when Pittsburgh Living continues.